The Battle Cats. It's a mobile game that, if you clicked on this video, you probably know about. It has had consistent updates for its entire existence, sponsored countless big-time YouTubers, and is overall a pretty good game to boot. It's a mobile, free gacha tower defense, with a wide and creative variety of units, enemies, and stages. I've been playing it for the better part of a decade, and with nearly 100 million total downloads and a significant amount of concurrent players, the world definitely agrees with me that the Battle Cats is iconic. Widely successful video games often expand the income of their IP by branching out to different mediums that can make it money. Commonly, we'll see game sequels, prequels, spin-off games, and DLC content. And there's also other non-video game specific ways like merch or collaborations, or even TV shows, OST releases, or rarely a movie. The Battle Cats, for example, has merch and plenty of inward collaborations, but not many know about its manga, Battle Cats Secret War, Japan's Secret Invasion. It ran from 2015 to 2019 for a considerable 88 chapters, following a fun plot starring a few certain cat units within the game. It had no official English translation that I'm aware of, and a special unit was added to the game, at least in Japan, in celebration of the manga. The various reception towards the manga that I've read online regarded it pretty positively too. From the first 8 chapters that I was able to read, I definitely agree. The paneling was surprisingly dynamic, and the character building was pretty solid. While the art style was kind of simple, I think that the goal of capturing that derpy aesthetic of the mobile game was perfectly achieved. From what I read, I really liked the manga, and I want to read more. Here's the problem. 80 chapters are missing. After August 31st of 2019, the original website that posted the manga, Ganma, brought down all 88 chapters without warning. The only full chapters that have been found to exist online, the first 8, are fan translations by Imgur user Whitewingedsoul. I'm assuming they don't hold entirely true to the literal translation of the original Japanese, since. I still read through all of them, and props to Whitewingedsoul for uploading those translations at all, since they are the only full chapters that I or seemingly anyone have found. On the Lost Media Wiki forum, user Doubledis compiled all of the found panels, including the first 8 chapters. For the rest of the manga, there are a few scraps here and there. Screenshots of various panels, memes that partially show one panel, and we know the names of each chapter. That's it. What annoys me is how much I loved reading the first 8 chapters, despite the translation issues, and for all of it to be gone is just such a tragedy. The manga begins with chapter 1, where we learn of the ultimate goal and ultimate premise of the manga, for the Battle Cats army to invade and take over Japan. Why? Probably cat food? Nora, our protagonist, approaches the cat base in awe and immediately gets stepped on. We get introduced to Tank Cat, who wears a backpack and wants to know more about Nora. Nora reveals that he was taught his wild attack style from Teacher Bear, and that he was offered cat food by the literal cat god to join the Battle Cat army. Nora then gets shown around by Tank Cat to the concert hall, the manufacturing line, which makes more cats, and suddenly a doge is spotted near the base. Nora sees this as an excellent opportunity to show off his strength. The battle begins, and Nora confidently joins the fight, and then is promptly destroyed by a pig. The tide of battle loses favor for the Battle Cats, but Nora spreads confidence to the rest of the cats and rallies them towards victory after a massive cannon strike. Chapter 2 follows the chaotic celebration of the Battle Cats' victory. Nora joins the kitchen force to help whip up the cake. He gets asked to demonstrate his cooking skills, and after attempting to cook both a bird cat and a fish cat, he gets forced to wash dishes and help carry out the cake instead. A magic show starts in Wait for the Cake, and shows the potency of the cat fruit seeds on the units. Tank Cat performs a dance where he spins on his head so fast it burns him, which looks an awful lot like a crazed unit, and then the cake is finally brought out. They're lighting the candle, but the cake is too heavy as the cats begin to struggle and everything crashes down. The cake is still delicious though. The cats start to train themselves for a big battle in Chapter 3, and Nora struggles with the idea of being a melee unit, serving as only a punch bag for the longer distance cats. Nora tries to prove his strength against Viking Cat and gets demolished immediately. Tank and Nora decide to take a breather outside when they encounter a rather rude bird cat, the one that Nora tried to cook during the celebration. Bird cat calls them both weaklings and prompts them to a fight. Nora is only really able to dodge and make desperate leaping attacks to the bird cat, who instantly gets out of the way. Tank cat tries to calm everyone down, but upon being called a slur, Nora and Tank decide to team up and take bird cat down. Nora ends up thanking bird cat for the training bell, but Viking cat finally spots them all outside and beats them senseless for avoiding training. At the start of Chapter 4, Bird, Tank, and Nora are hanging out outside the cat base and awaiting the invasion. They are having a discussion about coffee when they notice the Cat Army scout unit, cats in a box, readying to head towards the enemy base. Nora gets excited about how fast they are, and Nora, Tank, and Bird end up following the cats in a box to the scouting area, where the box cats are entering important information into their computer. Nora explains to the box cats that he was only trying to learn from them, and the box cats end up being forced to teach them so as to not lose their cover in the woods, and it would be too problematic to leave them behind and return to the cat base. We learn that a Sneck scout was watching over the 4 units and begins rushing back to the enemy base. Chapter 5 starts with more scouting and snacking as Nora, Tank, and Bird get chastised for their laziness. The box cat brings up the intel of a large enemy group heading towards them, but are skeptical because of the infrared scanners which didn't pick up anything. Their guard is down, and suddenly, a Sneck attacks Nora from behind. The box cats spot them just in time and smash the Snecks down with their metal club. We get to see a Doge talking with the Hippo, the boss of the enemy base, and discuss the scouting team heading towards Nora and crew. We learn that the Hippo force is approaching the main cat base through the forest from behind, and suddenly the scouting team of Nora, box cats, Tank, and Bird become crucial to protecting the main cat base from a flank attack. An SOS informing the cat base was sent, but reinforcements for Nora and crew will take more than a few days to arrive, so they're alone in their resistance for now. They begin to strategize since they know that they won't be able to stand against 100 Doges alone, let alone the Hippo. Boxcat explains how the enemies will likely divide into smaller groups when entering the forest, so the crew plans to take down each smaller group one by one. Both Hippo and Boxcats are sure of their victories. Chapter 6 starts with the Doge group spotting and chasing down Tank, and then getting ambushed by Nora and the Boxcats. Later, Bird announces to the group via walkie-talkie that another Doge group is going through the forest in his vicinity. Tank is sad about being the bait. The box cats explains how each of them has different strengths and weaknesses, and in order to take down the enemy flank without reinforcements, the crew has to play to those strengths. Bird noticed that he hasn't seen any enemies recently, and is surprised but continues scouting. We learn more about their respawn abilities when Nora suggests that they just kill Tank Cat and have him bring back the laptop to the base. It wouldn't work since only their soul gets brought back, meaning that if they die, the enemy gains all of the important information about the cat base that's on the laptop. Nora is taking the sticks out of Tank's head when he notices a massive amount of Snecks in the tree, ready to ambush them. The surprise knocks the laptop out of the Boxcat's hands, and one Sneck gets a hold of it. Nora and Boxcats try to track down which one stole it, while still defending themselves. But they get separated and ambushed again. Boxcats and Tank are captured, and Nora gets lost looking for the laptop. Chapter 7 opens on Birdcat, who figures out that the rest of the group got captured by spying on the enemies that are outside the forest. Hippo has a laptop, but realizes that he can't access it without the password. Nora is looking for everyone in the forest with Boxcats' weapon when he spots Birdcat. Nora is ecstatic when he learns that Box and Tank are still alive, but he sees that they are in the enemy base. So Nora suggests that they go rescue him, but it would be nearly impossible. Birdcat hears Hippo on the radio and understands that the enemies are using brainwashing to attempt to get the password out of one of the Boxcats. Nora and Bird begin to lose hope, and then Nora gets a flashback to Teacher Bear's advice. Nora decides that he has to do something and comes up with a plan. Boxcat is close to being hypnotized and giving away the laptop password when Nora makes a communication to the Hippo on the walkie-talkie just in time. Nora keeps distracting him as one of the other Boxcats realizes that Nora and Bird are above Hippo, moving in for an aerial strike. And Chapter 7 ends just as Nora is about to smash down with Boxcat's metal bat. At the start of Chapter 8, we see Hippo moments before the attack, noticing a bird feather falling down, and remembering that one of the scouting units was a bird cat. He makes the realization that something could be above him. A massive blast of smoke appears as the attack lands right into Hippo's mouth. He crushes the metal bat with ease, and Nora has to face him one-on-one. Nora keeps dodging and can't land a single hit. Hippo's about to crush him with his mouth when Birdcat swings in at the last moment to save him and knock Nora out of his mouth. Nora gets blasted right over to the box cats and takes off the hypnosis cat. The box cats make swift work of the doges and retrieves the laptop back. Hippo is desperate for the laptop, saying that he could beat them easily in a fight. Just as the reinforcements for the cats arrive. Hippo gets insta-killed by Viking Cat, and the story cuts back to the cat base. The box cats meet up again with Nora, Tank, and Bird, and Chapter 8 ends. The rest of the story is gone. Only in the memories of those who did read it in the original Japanese and in small random screenshots scattered around the internet. So the point of this video is a cry for help. If anyone out there has any information, panels, screenshots, pages, chapters, anything related to this manga, please leave a comment or message Doubledis to help compile everything. The hope is that one day this lost media will be found and put back together so that more people can enjoy the manga and maybe perhaps it can eventually get translated into English. Thank you for watching.